Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Galaxy A02 and Grace Uzoma, you did not join with your mic, so you need to join with your mic so that you can hear me. Galaxy A02 and Grace Uzoma. Okay, Grace, I can see now you joined with your mic, okay? So Galaxy A02, so you need to join with your mic so that you can hear me. Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. If you can hear me, please, I need you to type yes in the chat section. Just use the chat section, type yes if you can hear me. If you know you can hear me, let's see, let's go. All right, yes, from Didi. If you can hear me, guys, please type yes. All right, from my phone, yes. Yes, from Uzoma. Yes, from Pelumi. That's great, that's great. Others, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, so we'll start now, but before we start the program, we'll take some minutes to introduce ourselves, right? So, of course, my name is Chinyere. Yeah, thanks for that, 2G. My name is Chinyere, trainer at Amda Analytics. So guys, you're welcome to today's section. You're welcome to Amda Analytics Masterclass program, right? So today promises to be impactful. We have a professional in the house who will be leading us. But before we proceed to this section, I would like us to just take a minute, type in the sections where you're joining us from. We would like to know where our participants are joining us from, if you don't mind. Just type in the chat section where you're joining us. Let's go, guys. I'm joining for UK, Nigeria, UK. Let me know. You're joining from Canada. So let's go. You're joining from Nigeria. Let's know. All right. Grace Ozoma from Nigeria. Follow me from UK. Let's keep it running, guys. Okay, iPhone. iPhone is joining from Canada. I don't know why you are having iPhone as your name. All right, all that. Henry from Nigeria. Okay, from Aderonke from Saudi Arabia. That's great. That's the one of the amazing thing about virtual training. You can join anywhere. You can join from the comfort of your home. You don't need to move from Nigeria to Canada. You don't need to move from Canada to UK because you want to learn data analytics. All right, that's great from Didi. Didi from Canada. That's great. Thanks for joining us from Canada, all the way from Canada. Right, so that's amazing thing about virtual training. You can join anywhere of your choice. You can join virtual training, and of course, you don't need to move from your house. Right, so guys, before we proceed, I would like us to just take a minute and do something amazing now. All right, so I would like, if you know that you can unmute and speak to us, I would like to hear from our students now. I would like to hear from 2 or 3 people why you want to transition into tech, you understand, or just tell us your current background now. All right, and then why you want to transition into tech. If you have been in health sector before, tell us why you want to transition into data analytics. And if you're into sales before, tell us you have been into sales and you want to transition into data analytics. Tell us why. What pushed you to, how do you feel? What triggers you to see that, okay, data analytics is something that I can go. We'd like to hear from 2 or 3 people. If you can speak, I would like to hear from you. You can just unmute and speak to us. I don't want to call names, right? So if you can do this for us, we appreciate you. Tell us why you want to transition.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Pelumi.
My name is Pelumi. I'm from the UK. So I work already in IT, but I want to venture into data analytics. I work as an IT engineer, as a support engineer, and I want to find out more because I'm thinking about it. I feel that analytics is one of those things that one of those career paths that is not going to go into that is not going to go into that is going to be viable in the next 5-10 years. So that's one of the reasons why I want to venture into data analytics right now.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us all the way from UK, Belumi. All right. So let's hear from another person. If you can speak to us, we would like to appreciate that. We don't want to call names. You want to talk to us? Want to tell us why you want to transition into tech? Okay, I will call him now. I can see Dolapo Akinola. Dolapo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, tell us where you're joining us from and your background and why you want to transition into data analytics.
I'm tuning in from Nigeria, and I have customer service experience, and I also did information technology at the university. That's
So why do you want to transition into data analytics?
To be honest, the money. And to be honest, yeah, I think there's more prospecting because data is the new oil, as they say. So that's
right.
all.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dolapo. The other side is the money. And I love that. I love the part that she said it was right. It's just the money. Everybody want to transition into data analytics because of the money. There are a lot of opportunities in the field. Right. So let's go another person. Just one person, then we'll start the program. I can see Aderonke. Aderonke, are you there? Aderonke, data science.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, my background includes just basic administration. So transitioning into analytics is just because the world is evolving around it. And just like the last person said, is the new oil where people are drilling to, to get it. So I also want to be part of those people that, drill the oil and get the money. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us, Aderonke. She said just because of the money. All right. So everybody want to transition into data analytics because of the money, because of there are a lot of opportunities who should be training us today. How you can, how you can utilize that opportunity, how you can be part of those people that will be earning that money that is in the tech. All right. Okay, Didi, are you raising up your hand? Let's hear from you. Hi, Didi. Can you hear me?
Oh, did that? I think I did that by accident, but it's okay. I can say something. Good morning, everyone. So my background is well, I was a nurse in the UK for 8 years, and then I relocated to Canada, and I'm currently like a clinical project manager. So I'm shifting away from hands-on clinicals into something a bit more techy. Well, not I don't know tech, by the way. So I'm already in the March cohort. No, April cohort for data analytics. But the reason why I joined today is because healthcare was mentioned. So that's the area I'm diving into. Still keeping my clinical skills, and also getting some tech and data analytics skills as well, because again, is the future. Where I currently work, we deal with a lot of data, but we have a data management team. They do all of the things behind the scene, and they send us a report where we just review and then, send back our report. So I want to be able to do what they do, so I don't have to wait for them to, give me data before I can do my work. I want to be able to get my data myself, analyze it, interpret it, and then, make decisions with it. Like they said, yes, it's kind of looking at that's where the money is at the moment. So everybody's trying to diversify. So in my own case, I have the clinical skills, so I'm just trying to top up with the technical skills as well, just to make sure that, I'm very, very much in the market and in demand for the future.
Yeah. Thanks very much for joining us, Didi. So she's actually part of our program, April cohorts. All right, thank you very much. Okay, guys, we will start the program very soon then, but then let's introduce some of the analytics, what we do. so that you can proceed with the program. All right, guys, thank you very much for all joining us. Just like what I said before, virtual training is just a goal, right? You don't need to move from your home to anywhere else because you want to learn a skills. You can actually learn it from the comfort of your home, and that's great, right? We had some people join us from outside Arabia, some from Canada and UK, and even in Nigeria. So it's just to show you that virtual training is just the goal. You know, when you reach out to some people and you tell them that about data analytics, and they will ask you, what's the mode of the training? Is it physical or virtual training? Or if it's not physical training, I will not go. But then you are saving yourself some stress. All right. So now, AMDA Analytics, as you all know, is an edtech company, and our mission is to empower individuals in the field of data analytics by providing comprehensive and accessible training. Now, what we do, we help people, especially people from no prior knowledge, people that doesn't have background, computer science background, we help them hold their hands and introduce them to what? To these technical skills that will help them to earn much in their field, that will help them to become in-demand people. Right. So now what we do is beyond the training. Now we can provide a comprehensive training. Right. So people will tell you that somebody reached out to me, I think today, and the person said, how many days is this for? I said, 4 months. You're going to do this thing for good 4 months. And she was like, it's too much. And then we are trying to tell you that some people will tell you that this program is something that you can do in a day. But then some will say, within 5 weeks, you are through. Within 2 weeks, 4 weeks, you are through. It's beyond that. All right. It's beyond that. So what we do is that we get an individual, especially those that doesn't have any prior knowledge of this technical skill. We help them to what to access, we help them to, transition into this technical skill seamlessly without any stress. That's what we do. We try to bridge that gap that, I don't have any technical skill. I'm not a computer scientist. Now, I've got to tell you guys something. I actually studied economics, right? I studied economics and I am into tech. This is just amazing. Now, just to tell you that your background does not really matter, right? Probably you studied English, you studied law. We have some students that are passed out from our program and they studied law and they transition into tech. So it's not hard, right? Irrespective of whatever you study, your background, if you make the decision to become a certified data analyst, you can do what? You can become that within the space of 4 months, right? So that's actually what we do. We train people in the field of data analytics. We help them to excel in the world of data analytics, right? So of course, today we'll be looking at how we can use health data to make informed decision for people that are in health sector. Now, trust me, it's not about those that are only in the health sector. You can, of course, you know that as a certified data analyst, who knows how to use these tools? You can use these tools anywhere you find yourself. So today we have my colleague who is on the call who will be walking us through on how to work out, how to handle this data. Of course, he is actually a professional, even in the health sector as well. Right. So if I saw you there, I'll be handing over to you now.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
So we'd like you to speak very loud so that others can hear you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right.
You're all welcome. Okay,
all right.
so
Over to you, Ifasa.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Can everybody hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you very much. Is there only one person that can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you as well.
Okay, that's great. I can hear you. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. So, if everybody can hear me, my name is Dono Ifasa, and I am a pharmacist and a data analyst also. So, if you probably are coming from a different background, like Chinyere said, there's nothing you can't do. So, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a data analyst, and I actually still work as a pharmacist and I still work as a data analyst. So today, we're going to be looking at something interesting. I know when you say you are a data analyst, one of the things I hear, one of the questions I hear a lot is, as a data analyst and probably a pharmacist, what do you really do? Like, what do you do? That's one of the questions I get a lot. So today's section, we are going to be looking at one of the things I do and the things some of the things I always do as a data analyst and the pharmacist, how I handle my day-to-day activity. So I hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. Am I audible enough, please? Everybody can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you, but if you can be a bit audible, that would be great.
Okay. I want to be sharing my screen now so we can actually begin. So like I said, what we're going to be doing today is not the regular thing that you've been seeing in other like example. Today, we are going to be working as a data analyst for a pharmaceutical company. So basically, this is the problem. I want you guys to understand one thing. When you hear data analysis, don't get it wrong. Data analysis is not those you probably, I'm sure you've probably seen it. You've seen some fine designs and fine dashboards. Has anybody seen something like that? When you go online, sometimes see some fine designs, some fine dashboards. You've seen that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I want you guys to understand that that's not just data analysis. So get it out of your mind that we are not coming to build one kind of fine design. That's not the data analysis part of it. The data analysis part of it is you identifying the problem. When you're done identifying the problem, you have the data, you analyze the data, you are able to identify the problem and come up with a solution. That's the most important part for a data analyst. So I want to present to you my problem now. So I partner with this pharmaceutical company, where people work in every day get different. Now we make sales on a daily basis. By the end of the month, we would look into the sales we've made, look into the profit we've made, and see how we are performing. Now, for over 3 months, going to 4 months, we had a problem. Our sales dropped drastically. So what I mean is, imagine somebody that is making a sales of 2 million naira on a daily basis, or let's say 1.5 to 2 million naira on a daily basis. All of a sudden, you started struggling to make sales. Your sales dropped to like 800 to 1 million. You start finding where the problem is coming from. Where's the problem coming from? Now, before now in the company, we have different modalities we've set in place to encourage customers. And one of those things is we give customers discount. We give customers discount. So today, the tool we're going to be using is Power BI. So I'll quickly open up my Power BI before we continue. I'll open up my Power BI. Now, the problem is we have a discount. We have a system that gives our customer discount. So when you come to the pharmacy, when you buy, after some time, we give you a discount, 2% discount, sometimes 4%. It depends on your buying power. Now, that is what that system was designed to encourage customers, to retain customers, to encourage them to buy, to always encourage them to come back. You know, when you have a company that looks after it, okay, there's a possibility when you come here, I'm always going to give you a discount when you purchase. Now, even with that system in place, our sales weren't still going up. Our sales were still down. Now, there were several things I was asked to do. One of the things I was asked to do was this reward system we have in place. How has it been? Is it even working? Is there need to continue with discount thing or just remove it because the sales is actually bad? That's just There are other aspects to the problem: pricing, customer retention, customer care. So I heard somebody said she was working with customer care before now, right? Did anybody mention that? I heard somebody said she was coming from a customer care background. Did anybody
Yes.
say that? Yeah,
Yes.
great. So I know you said what I said you for the money, right? Okay. Now you
Yeah.
make a lot of money. You make a lot of money, but then you have to apply the analysis to the money. You understand? So there are times we had to place what is it called, a rating system in our pharmacy where the customer comes. When you're done buying and when they are done attending to you, you just press a button there. You rate the service. You can rate it maybe 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 5 star. You even see it too. If you've used most of these applications, either Bolt or some of these applications, when you're done, you see them. They'll tell you to rate the service. Now that rating you're doing, you think you're just doing it, but then you are actually sending a data to that company. By the end of the day, the company will be able to look at the data to say, how many customers gave us 5-star rating? How many customers gave us 4-star rating? Why are these customers giving us 1-star rating? Those are the problems they are going to be, issues they are going to be looking at and how to solve them. So, like I said, the tool we're going to be using today is Power BI. So I have my Power BI open already. I didn't hear you, please. Did anybody say something? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi, Fasa.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I
I'm
can
speaking
hear
as
you.
my network is okay. I'm speaking as loud as I can. I don't, what should I say?
What's the issue? You are muted if you are speaking, Ifasa. What's the issue?
Just hold. I want to turn on my, so I will be able to, let me see if the volume will be higher. Can you hear me better now? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Please, can everybody hear me, please? If anybody can hear me, just let me know. If you can hear me, please just say something. Let me know you're hearing me.
I hear you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a sample of the data. We're going to look at it together. Then I'll be able to explain to you what the data is doing and where the data is coming from. So I'll simply come to get data. I'll see from Excel because the data is coming from an Excel. Right? I'll scroll down to where I have the data in my download. It's actually Zephyr's Pharmacy rewards data. So I'll click on the data and open it. Now I have two data sets here. I have what we call a member data set and
Good afternoon, sir.
yeah, afternoon.
Please, how do we get the data? Because we don't know where to get the data from.
Don't worry. By the end of the class, we would look into, like I said, this data is not the normal regular data. It's actually a real life data. So I will just make a little inquiry to just ask them if I can release the data to you, of which I know they would allow me to. So we'll be able to send it to you guys. So don't worry about that.
All right, thank you.
All right. So what I want to do now, I want to show you guys the data. What I've done now, everything I've just done now is it's called the ETL process. I went to extract the data. Now I want to transform the data before loading it into my Power BI. Now, this is the data we're going to be working with. I have two tables here. I have the first table is a member list table, and the second table is the reward history. Let me go to the member list table and tell you what's happening there. So this is the member list table. The member list table, we have 4 columns, which is 5 columns in the real sense. The first column is the customer ID. So what the customer ID is the unique identifier for this table, is the primary key. So the person that asks me a question now, for example, if that person walks into our pharmacy, the first thing we're going to do is open an account for you. We call it an account. We open an account for you and we'll give you an ID. Now, we'll take your name, we'll take your email, we'll take your phone number, then we'll automatically assign you an ID. This data set you're seeing here actually came with the name of the persons, but like I said, it's confidential. I had to remove the name, I had to remove the phone numbers. Now, this is the customer ID, is unique to each customer. So when you come, we register you as a customer, then we give you an ID, which is unique to you only. Now, you're going to see the next column saying rewards redeemed. What this column is trying to say is, how many reward has this customer redeemed? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 0? Is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 5? Now, if I load more, you're going to be seeing it here. You're seeing this customer has redeemed 1 reward, 2 reward, 3. As far to a customer has redeemed up to 163 reward. That's the number of reward this customer has redeemed. Now, rewards available. Now, does this customer have any reward available? That's what this column is talking about. So if I scroll down now, if I load more, you actually see that we have rewards available from 0 to 23. You understand? Now, we have the next column, which is rewards available also. But this rewards available is no longer talking about number. Rather, it's talking about the amount. Like I said, this reward we're giving to customers is money, but it's not physical money. We're actually giving you money. When you come to buy something and you're done buying, we apply a discount and we subtract a certain amount of money from what you bought. So that's what this column is saying. Rewards available, the amount of reward that is available. So if I load more, you get to see the amount of rewards. Some have 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. A customer has 4,600 naira worth of reward. The implication is this customer can walk into the pharmacy and the customer buys something. In the end, we'll subtract this 4,600 from this customer's money. So if, for example, you walk into the premise and you buy something worth 5,000 naira, that means we'll subtract 4,600. You only pay 400 naira because you have discount worth 4,600 in your account. Now, the last column is actually rewards that are redeemed. How much has been given out to these customers? So you have customers that have received 200, some have received 400, some have received, a customer has received up to 32,600 in reward. 32,600 in reward. That's what we've given back to the customer. For every time the customer purchases, the amount of money that has been given to that customer alone, total amount of money is 32,600. That's what this column is, this table is talking about. The member list is telling us these are the members, these are the customers, which are actually the members. These are the rewards they've redeemed, the reward that are available, the amount available. Now, the next table is similar to this one. But what this one further breaks it down. It tells you, if you see the first column I have here is the date. It tells you a particular day the customer redeemed a reward and a particular day a reward was made available. So this is the date. If I come to this status, if I scroll, if I check down here, you see the status here. We have 3 status. We have available, redeemed, and removed. So it's either a reward was made available that day, either it was redeemed also, or it was removed. Then you also get the amount, then you get the customer associated with that reward. Those are the 2 tables we have, and I hope you guys get the understanding, please. Do you guys understand what I've said so far? Because if you need to understand the data for you to be able to work with the data, do you guys understand what I've said so far? If anybody has any question, just throw the question to me, so I'll just clarify before we move ahead.
No question, sir.
Okay, no question, great. So once I'm done with this, everything here now, the next thing I want to do is load this data to Power BI. So I'll simply just come here, close and apply. So this will enable me bring the data to Power BI. And once the data is here, the next thing I will want to do is analyze this data. And because I can't give the director this large table we are seeing there, I can't give the director this table. What the director wants to know is, the director said we should scramble, we should remove this reward system that is not working. It's not encouraging the customers to buy more as it's supposed to be. But we are telling the director that it's not a good idea, that we still should leave it. It will encourage customers to buy more. But now the director wants to know, how far have we been doing with this reward system? How far have we been going with it? Is it even making any difference? So we've been asked to present a summary, just a summary, a simple summary, report summary. That's what it's called. Give me a report summary if I should allow this reward system to stay or not. Give me a summary of the reward system. Like I said, we can't give the director these long tables we have here. I can't be telling the director that see the table, take this table. He doesn't know what to make of this. But now it's up to us here to make good use of this data, come up with the insight and present the report to the director. And how do we do that now? The first thing we need to do, the first question we need to ask ourselves is, how many customers do we even have? How many customers do we have? As of now, how many customers do we have? That's the first thing the director will ask you, because you have to think as an analyst now. The first thing the director will ask is, okay, we're talking about here, how many customers do we have? So before we begin, I'm going to do a few things. One of the things I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring a table, and I'm going to call that table calendar table. The reason I'm bringing that table is because I want to be able to break it down. Remember, we have dates in this table, in this our reward table here. We have dates. I want to be able to break this down. I want to be able to see this by month. I want to be able to see it by year, because we have for different year here. We have 2016, 2017. I'm sure if I scroll down, I'll see some other year too. We have 2017, 2018, 2021, 2020. So I want to bring in a new table and I want to call that table calendar table. I want to just bring in a table that I'll connect to this with. So what I'll do now is simply come to new table. I'll click on new table in Power BI. Now I want to call this table a calendar table, like I said. I want to call this table a calendar table. So I'll simply say this table is a calendar table. And what I want to do now is, in Power BI, there's a very simple way for you to bring in a calendar. So when I call on the function calendar auto, what this calendar auto does is it goes into my data and finds out my start date and the end date and creates a new date for me. So when I hit the enter button, it will go into my data now. It will get the start date, end date, and create a new, just a table for me with the date. So what I'll do now is I'll click on this. I don't need the time. This time is wrong. This format is wrong. So I only need date. I'll change it. I'll say I want just date only. So I've gotten the date. This date now can be connected to the date in my table. But I also need some other things, like I said. I need something like the year. I need something like the month. I need something like the week. Because we want to see this data. We want to analyze this data we want to look by year. We want to also look by month and by week. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm simply going to say I want to add a new column. This column now, I want to call it year because I want to add a year column. I want to call it year. So this is my calendar table I'm creating now. I'll say I want to add a year column. And I want to say this is year. Now it's asking me for the date. The date I want to give to it is this calendar date that I already have here. So I'll feed it the calendar date. What this thing will do, it will go into this date I have here, this calendar date I have here. It will extract the year, all the year from the date. It will just extract the year. So once I click on this now, it's going to extract the year from that date. So great. So now I have the year. I also want the month. Now I want two things. I want the month number, and I want the week. So I'll just do it for that now. I'll do for that. I'll say new column now. What I want is, I think I want the month. Do we want for quarter? I don't know yet, but okay, let's say we want for quarter. And I say quarter. I also feed the dates. So if we extract the quarter from this same date I have there, quarter one, quarter two, I'll feed this one more time. So these things I'm doing, they are very, very simple things that when you come to AMDO analytics, within few weeks, you'll be able to know these things and you'll be able to do them very easy. They're not difficult at all. I'll say this is the month number. What I want is the month, and I want to take the month from this date. So this is going to take the month number from the date. This is 1, this is 11111. That's the month number, meaning it's January. So if you look at this month number 1 here, is January. You look at these dates we have here, you see that it's January. It tallies with this month number. But one thing I also want is I also want the month name. What if I want to see something like January? So I don't just want the month number, I also want the month name. So I'll do one more column. I'll say this time around, I want the month name, not the month number. I want the month name. The month name. Now, instead, this time around, I'm going to use format because I want the month name. The value I want to format is actually the calendar and it's still the date. Now I want to format it and I want to get the month, so I'll refer to the month name. So this will get the month name from the date for me. So I have January, February, like that. So if I scroll down here now, you see the dates here. So I have January, the different dates, the different months here, all the months, the 12 months. So it's up to you if you want to display the entire month this way, or you want to display just, let's say you want to display just maybe 2, abbreviate it. It's up to you. That will be up to you. So we'll leave it this way for now. And finally, we'll just add the week to it. So finally, I want the week. So I'll just say week. So I can say week number now. I also feed the date. I'll close this. So this will give me the week number. Like I said, the reason we're creating this dates table is because we want to be able to look at the data by year, by quarter, by month, and by week much more later. So one thing I'll do before I continue, I'll come to my model. So we have 3 views here. This one is new. This data query view is actually new. So we have 4 views here. This first one is the report view, where we are going to create our report. Then the second one is the table view, which we're working with now. Then the third one here we have is the model view. So this is the model view. This is our model actually. So what I'm going to do now is I want this calendar we've created now to automatically be connected to this reward table. So I'm simply going to create a connection between using the dates. So great. And finally, I also want to create a connection between this our member table and our reward table, and can actually create that connection using the customer ID. Okay. So the reason is actually querying me now is that because we have many, we'll talk about this much more later, but now I'm going to say, okay. Fine, so back to our report view, let's begin. So the first question like I ask is, you've seen the data, I've explained to you what's going on in the data. The first question the director is going to ask us is, how many customers do we have? This is our reward system. How many customers do we have? So we need to know the number of customers we have. And we can actually find that in this table. We have that in this our table here. This is our member list table. This is the customer ID for each of the customer we have. So if we make a count of this customer ID, we should be able to tell the number of customers we have. I don't know if you guys get me. You guys get me, please?
Yes, yes.
Great. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I simply want to create in Power BI, there's what we call DAX. DAX are just simple data analysis expression that you create to enable you summarize your data as fast as possible. So what we want to simply do now is we want to count the customers we have to be able to tell the director the number of customers we have. So I'm going to do that now. So what I'm going to do on this member list table now, on this member list table, I'm simply going to say, I want to create a new measure in Power BI. And this measure is summary. I want to count the number of customers. I want to know the number of customers. So I'll simply say total customers, that's the name. And I want to do a count. That's what I want to do. Now it's asking me, what do you want to count? That's basically what it's asking me here. So I want to say, I want to go to my member list table and I want to count the customer ID. That's what I want to do. I'll close the bracket and I'll okay this. Once I've done this, now I'll find it here. I've created this here. So how do I now see what I have created? That means I need a card visual. So we have different visual here in the visual pane. So I'll simply pick a card visual to be able to visualize these customers, the two customers I have actually picked. So I'll pick the card visual. This is the card visual. What I'll do next is I'll click on that measure I created, which is total customers. Great, so I can then tell my director that we have a total of 5,189 customers. Based on the data we have, I can confidently tell the director now that look at the number of customers we have right now in the system. So that's just one of the questions I'm going to be asked. How many customers do we have? So I've answered that question already. 5,189 customers. That's the total number of customers we have. The next thing I'm going to be asked by the director now is, out of these 5,189 customers that we have, how many of these customers have actually, what will I call it now, participated in this, our reward system? Now, remember the reward system, there's a way it works. You come to the pharmacy, you buy something. When you buy up to 10,000 naira, we'll give you 200 as reward. So next time, anytime you come, you can get 200 naira discount, which is 2% discount. So we've registered 5,189 customers, but we want to know how many of these out of the 5,189 customers, how many of them have actually participated in this reward? Now, we have two tables, like I said. The first table is actually the member list table. It's for the members. That's where we registered our customer. But it's not all the customers that have actually participated in the reward. So if you come to this reward history now, let's go to table view. If we come to this reward history, you will see that we have customer ID here. But the customer ID here we have here, they are actually repeating. Now, the customer ID we have on this member list, you don't have duplicates. 1 is 1, just 1. 2 is 2. 3 is 3. 4 is 4. 5 is 5. 6 is 6. Now we can do two things. Now, they're asking us to break our customers down. We want to know how many of them have actually participated, how many of them have not participated and all that. If you come to this rewards redeemed, which is number of reward redeemed, you are seeing that this customer, that is customer ID number 1, is having 0 in terms of rewards redeemed and rewards available, which means this customer has never participated in this, this reward system. The customer has never participated. If you look at rewards redeemed, it's 0. Rewards available, 0. So if you have rewards redeemed 0 and rewards available 0, the amount also will be 0, which means these customers have not participated at all in anything we've been doing you've not participated. I don't know if you guys get me.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. So we can actually do two things here. The first thing we can do is we can decide to come to our reward history. This reward history, we have customers ID here. The customers ID we have here, these are the customers that have actually participated. So you're having duplicates. That's this because this customer is always redeeming and buying and coming to buy and all that. So we can count this one. But rather than using count, if we do a distinct count, we should be able to get the number of customers that have actually participated in this reward system. So I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to count, but this time around, I'm going to count the reward history. But I'm going to do a distinct count because I don't want to count repeating value. So on this reward history table, I will say a new measure this time around. So this measure, what do I want to call it? I want to call this measure, it's more like active customers. The customers that are active, that have participated in the reward. So I'll say active customers. Now what I want to do, instead of count, because I don't want to count duplicates, I want to do a distinct count. Now I want to count the reward. It's asking me, what do you want to do? I want to count, and I want to count the reward history. I want to count the customer ID. So it's going to be unique. Once I okay this, now I also need a card visual. I want to see this in a card visual. So I can make a copy of this. I can duplicate this. Just copy and paste this, or I can pick another card visual. And I'll say, now we want to see active customers. Wait. Now, I've succeeded in bringing out two information from this data. What I've done is, I've told my director that we have a total of 5,189 customers. Out of these 5,189, only 2,122 customers are active. That's 2,122 customers have participated in our reward. So we can do one thing. What if we subtract these total customers and these active customers to get non-active customers? Should we do that? What do you guys think? Can you guys hear me? What do you think, please?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you
yes,
complete.
it's true. Yeah, we can do that, sir.
Okay. So to do that should be very easy because we already have total customers, already have active customers. So we can just say a simple subtraction. So if we come here, we simply can say new measure now. We can say we want to do something. We want to say non-active, for example. Non-active customers. And we simply say we want to refer to this measure. We call it total customers. We can say total customers. Use the minus active customers. And we say okay. Now we still need the card visual to visualize this. So I can come back here and pick another card visual. I can say non-active. Great. So I can put this here also. So remember, I'm creating my report this way already. In the recent, I'm creating my report. And I've told my director that we have total customers, active, non-active. The next thing my director wants to know is, this is our reward. We're talking about reward. How much have we given out? How much reward have we given out? So if we come to this our table now, this is our member list table, for example. Remember I said this is a number, but this is the money. This is actually rewards available. This is rewards redeemed. So what we need to do is simply do a sum of these rewards available and do a sum of rewards redeemed. We'll be able to tell. So what we'll do next now is on our member list, we'll say we want to do a measure again, and we want to say sum. We want to say sum now. This time around, we want to sum the total reward. So we can say available reward. I'll say available reward. So what do we want to do? We want to sum. We'll sum now our member list. Now we're talking about money. This is rewards available, right? So I'll say rewards available. And I'll okay this. Once I'm done with this, I also want to bring another card visual to show this. So I'll say available rewards. This is the amount of reward that is available. This is 374,000 in the recent. That's why we have K 374,000. That's the amount of available reward, the amount of money. So this reward, available reward you're seeing here, is for customers actually. So it's trying to tell us that we have 374,000 naira worth of reward available. So if we have this available, how much have we given out? So we need to create another one more measure to know how much we've given out. That's redeemed reward in the recent. So we say redeemed reward. We'll also do a sum again. We're going to do a sum now. This time around, we're not summing the available, we're summing the redeemed reward. Look at it here. Once we're done with this, I'll finally bring one more card visual to just show this. I'll say redeemed reward. This 2M you are seeing, we've actually given out 2 million naira worth of reward. That's the implication of this. So I want to ask you guys a question. Are we trying or not? We've given 2 million naira worth of money to customers. So are we trying or we are not trying? Or we need to do better? What do you guys think? Come on, talk to me, guys. What do you think?
We've tried now.
We've tried. We've given 2 million naira. You are not our student. I want the people that are here to tell me if we're trying or not.
We are trying.
We're trying, Abi. So we've given 2 million naira worth of reward, and we still have 374,000 naira available to give. So we are trying. We're doing okay. We're not doing bad in the real sense. So now I've succeeded in bringing out this very important, what we call it, KPIs now. So we further need to just do, now my director wants to know, since we started this reward thing, which year, how much have we given out for a particular year? We want to know how much we've given out a particular year and all that. So quickly, remember that we have this reward history here. That's where we're going to find that information. This reward history. That's where we're going to find that information. So we have reward amount here. So quickly, I'm going to move a bit fast. So just watch what I want to do now. First thing I want to do is I want to create another measure, and I want to call this measure total reward. That's the amount. So I want to call this total reward now. Now I also want to sum. I'll simply say sum. I'll say reward history, reward amount. Now it's time for us to visualize the year we've given out most of the more of the reward. So once this is done now, I can then come and say I want to pick any of the column chart here, or just pick one here. And I'll simply say I want to see the total reward, and I want to see by year. So the year, I'm going to shift it to the y-axis. This doesn't look nice. I'll make this forward. So this is what is happening by the different year. So if I do this, I sort this by year now. I'll sort it by the year, ascending. So look at what is happening. This is the total reward we've given each of the years. So I can add label to these things here. I can add a label. So see, now I'm seeing 0 point something. I want to format this so that it will show in 1,000 or in million. So we actually started in 2015. In 2015, it's just about 1,000 when the whole thing started. We started experimenting it. But in 2016, we gave out reward worth 134,000. 2017, 158. So we were giving our reward each of the year. There was a continuous increase. You can actually see it, you get yourself until 2022 when the reward dropped. Are you seeing it here? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. So finally, one more thing again. What if we want to view this reward? We want to know this reward we gave out by month. So what I'm going to do is create another column chart now. I'll create another column chart. And I'll say, so you can actually use a column chart or you can use a line chart to actually view this. So what I want to do is now, I want to say by the month name, and I want to say how much we gave out for each of the months. Now, one thing I'll do is I really want to, we can use a line chart for this to create. So we need to sort it from January to February. It's not clear here, so you guys can see it clearly. I'll come to the calendar table. I want to sort this month's name now. I want to sort it by the month number. So once I've done that, I'll go back to my reports. I'll go back to my reports. Now I can sort this by the month name. So I can sort it by an ascending order. So you can actually see now that January, February, March, April, see the way the reward was given out. Are you guys seeing it, please? This is the total reward. So we're going to do two more things.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to do two things. The report is coming to life. Now, this is reward history. If you check the reward history, we have two status here. We have redeemed. We have, let's check. We have available, redeemed, and removed. So which means we have available reward here too. We have redeemed reward here too. So what if we decide to say we want to see the total reward, we want to see available, we want to see redeemed? So what we're going to do now is, this is our total reward. We can actually decide to change this. So what I'll do is, or rather, let's create a new one. We'll create a new one now. Say we want to create a new measure. This time around, we want to calculate our total reward. We want to calculate our total reward, which is available now, available reward. Now, I want to use the calculate function. I want to calculate. I'll call on this total reward, the total reward. But I don't want to see all. I want to see it where the status. So where the reward status is equal to, I want to see the redeemed. I'll make a copy of this because I also want to see, okay, so this is redeemed. So this is not supposed to be redeemed. So this is going to be available since we're calculating available reward. So this is available. So once we say available, we'll okay this. Now, finally, I want to calculate this again. I want to know how many that has been redeemed, how much has been redeemed, that's the reward amount, how much has been redeemed. So I'll go back here. Remember, I'm using this filter here, redeemed and available, this filter, redeemed and available. So I'll go back here one more time. I'll say a new measure one more time. So I want to know, this time around is not redeemed that I want to know. I want to know, it's not available, I want to know redeemed, so I want to know redeemed. That's reward. I filter it to redeemed now. So I click on OK. So it's saying the name has been used, so I have to give it another name. I'll just say, or add amounts to it. Great. So what I can do next now is I can make a copy of this line chart you're seeing here. So we'll come here, see another line chart. Bring it here. Now I can then put, we want to know by month, which is the month name. We want to know, we can actually decide to do by year or month. So either year or month, for example, let's say year, we want to know the available reward and the redeemed reward. Those are the two things we want to know. Okay. So I'm not getting what we're supposed to get, but just hold. We're going to get that. It's just for me to format this well. Great. So this is trying to tell us the year. So let's switch this year to month and see what happens. Month name doesn't look good, so leave it at year. Then I change this year. Yeah, I can change this to a column chart. Let's see. So for each of the year, it's trying to tell us the amount that was, see, okay, this available spelling is wrong. I need to just correct that. So correct that here. Simply say, okay, great. So what this is trying to say is this is a valuable reward. This is redeemed reward. It's trying to show the two side by side. But you can actually see as of this moment, for this year, we don't have any available reward. We don't have any available reward. Only for 2020, we have a little amount of reward available. We can add labels to this. For 2021, very small amount, which is about 170,000 available. We have about 99,400 available. We have about, see the amount. So I'll add labels to this so you can see it clearly. So I'll click on it and say I want to add labels, data labels to this. So you see the amount in the real sense. So you get to see the amount available and redeemed. You see the amount for them. Then one more thing we can also do, we can decide to view this, use a column chart here and say we want to see the total reward by the status. Wait, we want to see the total reward by the status. So we have three status here. We have redeemed. So add amounts to this for us to see it clearly. Add data labels. And I think I want to change the labels now to 1,000. Great. So you can actually see that from the status we have, this is the redeemed amount. This is the available we have. About 6,000 or so was removed. Then this is the summary. In the end, I should be able to present a summary of this report. We have more things we'll look at if we need to continue with this report. But in the end, I hope you guys understand what we're trying to do. So I'll be able to present a summary of this entire report you're seeing here to my director. So my director can easily see the number of customers we have, active customers, non-active customers, redeemed reward, available reward. From the year 2015 to 2023, see how much we've given out in reward, see how it goes by the different month. Then our current status, see redeemed reward, see available reward, see removed. You should be able to see this summary. Now, this report is not looking beautiful. There are some other things we need to do to this report to make it look beautiful, but we're going to do that. Those are the things we're going to be teaching you in AMDO Analytics when you come to AMDO Analytics. To make you guys understand, I want to quickly show you a sample of this report so you see it clearly. How I presented this report. I want to quickly show you a sample. So I'll open this report to show you guys a sample of the report so you see the report itself. Just give it a little time, it's coming up. It's taking a little time, please just hold. Wait. The report is a bit it's taking a little time, it's a bit slow, but let's just give it a little time. It should open anytime soon. So the report we want to see now is by the end of the day, you should be able to, when you're with AMDO Analytics, by the end of the day, when you're done with your program, you should be able to come up with a report that is actually way more better than what I have here. That's one thing I can assure you. You will be able to come up with a report that is way more better than what I have here. Just give it a little time for it to come up. So the report I submitted was actually made of 2 pages. Now, what you're seeing on your screen now is actually today's summary. So the director asks that she wants to be seeing the report on a daily basis. Today, I want to see what happened today when it comes to reward. So she's going to be getting a real-time analysis of this reward. Today's summary, this is today's summary. What happened on this particular date? That date is actually 12/01/2023. So if you come to the reward history, I was able to show the reward history here. This is the history of the reward, which is similar to what we're already doing. So if you come to AMDO Analytics, you should be able to create a report that is way better than what I have here. You should be able to create a report that is way better than what I have here. So I would talk to our director here, AMDO Analytics. I'll provide you guys the data. If you guys want to work on the data, provide you guys the data. So it's just to tell you guys that we are not just teaching you how to be data analyst. We are teaching you how to be data analyst that should be able to provide solutions to problem. You see a problem, you should be able to identify the problem, provide solution to those problems. There are so many resources we have available that we're going to be sharing with you guys. If you eventually end up coming to join us, you're going to have access to so many resources I have right here. I can share those resources now. I have a lot of resources I'll be sharing with you guys. Like I said, by the end of the day, you should be able to come up with an excellent report. And you're not just going to be coming up with reports just because it's a beautiful report. You're going to be coming up with reports that will address the problem, that will provide solution. When they see the report, they know that, okay, this is the problem, this is the solution. If anybody has any question, you're free to go ahead to ask me now before we hand over to Chinyere to take us further. Any question, please?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, there's a question, please. Please let me take it first. So please, I believe you have an account.
Have what?
I was having a talk-ish. I don't know if it is the recording will be accessible for us. Is it possible? Because I was actually asking question on the chat, but I wasn't getting reply.
Okay. Madam Chinwe will be able to answer that. I'm sure the recording should be made available.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question, please? Somebody wanted to ask a question.
Hi.
Hi.
In a company, do they specify which of these machine languages they use? So, say for example, where you work, you're using Power BI. Will another company use Excel or any other machine language?
Yeah, Okay, so great. So it depends on the company. Like for my company, what they said is, you are the data analyst. This is okay, so we have a software that we normally use for our daily transaction. This is where you find our data. Any tool you want to use. All we're interested in is your report. Like I said, the director is not interested in seeing that table I showed you guys. All she wants to see is, this is what is going on. So if you are able to present the report in Excel, fine. If you are able to present it in Power BI, fine, excellent. But the report is just what she wants to see, a summary of everything. So companies vary. Some companies, they prefer Power BI. The thing is, Power BI is what most of the companies use. I know some companies also, there are some fintech companies and some nice companies, they will just tell you they don't want Power BI. Just give us the report in Excel, as simple as Excel. Because everything we've done here now, we still can do it in Excel. Yeah, some will further say they want you to probably go into Python. Some will say, okay, probably use Tableau and all that. So it's the company that decides. While some situations, they'll tell you to decide, use any tool you like. Is that okay? Hello, Chinyo, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so it's over to
As
you now.
muted.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ifasa. Thank you for taking our time. Thanks. All right, so guys, we'll take a brief presentation. So for those that have questions, there's still time for our question and answer. Just hold on with your question, okay? Once we take a brief presentation, and we'll go back to the question and answer section. Is that okay? Kazim, can you hear me?
Yeah, Kazim wants to ask a question.
Hi, Kazim, can you hear me? All right, so I just lower your hand. We'll take your question very soon. So there will be a section for question and answer. We'll take your question. Is that okay? All right, guys. So I believe we've all learned a lot here. We've all learned a lot. Personally, I've learned a lot as well. You can stop sharing it, person. Okay, that's good. Thank you. All right, guys. So before we proceed, we have a brief introduction. Presentation want to have introduce us to. For those of us that, let me be honest with you, with what we have done here so far, you cannot become an expert in just the 2 hour section. You cannot become an expert. Okay, you want to become a perfect certified data analyst. Someone asked question like, if I move to any organization, are you the one that will determine which of the tools am I going to use, or the organization will determine that for you? Now, let me be honest with you. It's just not the organization that will determine that. Most times, it's you that will determine, oh, I want to use this tool. That's great. And sometimes organization will tell you that, okay, you are a data analyst, provide the selection to this thing using Excel. And the question is, do you know how to use Excel? Most organizations, and if you go down there, I could remember when I got a job. And then, of course, I was very good with Power BI. And then, they said to me, Power BI is not what we want. Just use Excel. You understand? Now, the question is, if you move to any organization, any sector, and you're privileged to, of course, to handle their data, will you be able to use Excel? It's beyond what you've done now. How do you become a certified analyst? How do you become a perfect user of these tools? Now, just a second, I want to share my screen and then introduce us to a lot that we will be learning today. Yeah. Right? So now, how do I become a certified analyst? Now, let me tell you something. This is actually a roadmap to becoming a certified data analyst, right? You want to become expert. You want to know how to make use of these tools. you have to start with what? With Microsoft Excel. And let me tell you something about learning with AMDA Analytics. We have what? We have a standard curriculum for these programs, right? It's beyond the, go out there, start watching YouTube videos. It's beyond that. You need a mentor. You need someone that will hold your hands. And if Ifasa is one of them, one of our facilitators. Of course, we have a lot of facilitators that will be holding your hands, guide you through step by step on how you can become a certified data analyst. You need somebody that will hold your hands. I remember when I started my journey back then, 2019, I was studying R. You understand? Somebody who has not used Excel before, I've not used anything. I was studying, I was learning R. So it was actually, like I say, is because I lacked mentorship. I lacked somebody to tell me that I need to start somewhere. This is actually what you need to do to become this certified data analyst that you need to be, right? So we are going to be teaching you Excel. You will master Excel from no background. You don't know how to use Excel before. Don't bother. It's not here that you tell us that you don't know how to use Excel, and then of course at the end of the program you will still not know it. No, from here we are going to hold your hands from the very basic functions in Excel to intermediate to advanced level in Excel. And our Excel section is what? A good 1 month. You'll be learning Excel for 1 month of your program, of your time with AMDA Analytics. And then you move to what? You move to Power BI. Now, what we just did now, we use Power BI for this analysis. And now let me tell you something. What we just did now is what we call the front end of Power BI. We move from front end to what? To back end. Now, Power BI is beyond the physical one, that the desktop Power BI that you are seeing. There's what we call backend, and that's the advanced level of Power BI, and that's where we move to, right? So we started from the very basic to intermediate and to the advanced level of Power BI, how you can do a lot of analysis using Power BI, how you can automate process using what? Microsoft Power BI. And then we move to what? We move to SQL. SQL, just like you all know, structured query language, you need to know how you can build database for organizations. There are some organizations, imagine you being employed in an organization, and there, of course, you are the first analyst of that organization. They don't have database, or they are using Microsoft Excel, and they want to move from Microsoft Excel to SQL. It simply means you will be their database manager, who will help them to what? To build database. The question is, do you know how to build database from scratch? Right? So we are going to hold your hands, teach you how you can build database for organizations. Is all this thing you are saying here is what? Real life case studies that you see what we just did now, right? Of course, it's beyond what this thing just a few minutes ago. It's real life case studies that we will be using. And now the amazing thing about our training programs is that we don't use anything like, we don't give you PDF, we don't give you we don't give you PDF, we don't recommend any website and say, okay, go and read that, go and cover up. No, it's pure practical. From the first day of your program till the last day of your program, what we do is what? Practical based section that you'll be learning. And then we move towards ChatGPT for data analytics. Now, let me tell you amazing thing. A lot of people will say, as a data analyst, it seems as if ChatGPT will take my job. And I will always tell them that, ChatGPT will take jobs of those that do not know how to handle those tools. Now, I'm a data analyst, I'm a data scientist, right? I know how to use machine learning. I know how to use Python. I know how to use SQL. And you'll be telling me that ChatGPT will take my job. How? Right? It's not done. So you need to know how to make use of what? ChatGPT. That's what we call ChatGPT prompts. So we teach our students how to use those tools. Now, let me tell you something. Someone will be asking, okay, this program we're talking about is how many days, how many weeks? It's 3 months live classes. 3 months, you're going to stay with us, right? So you learn Excel. Of course, we're going to start from the very basic. You learn Excel. You learn Power BI. You learn SQL, right? It's a good 3 months live classes, and then 1 month for custom projects. In general, this program is going to last for good 4 months. Of course, there are sometimes we just want to, help our students. We go beyond 4 months, but the standard is what? Is 4 months. Now, let me tell you something. After the 4 months training with AMDA Analytics, your program did not just stop. You didn't know. Your program just began with us, because we're going to stay with you, guide you to, mentor you to the standard of getting jobs, right? It's not just to teach you and, teach you the tools and let it go. No, that's not what we do here. We hold their hands, we mentor you. That's what we call post-training support, We help you ensure that you get job, right? Of course, we are not promising job, but we ensure that we guide you to give you steps and step by steps on what you need to do in order to get these jobs. All right. Few days ago, that was about 3 days ago, one of our students has an interview, and I was with him throughout the day before yesterday and yesterday for what interview preparation, preparing him on how he's going to, of course, the interview is for him today, and I pray that God will give him that job. Okay, so this is actually what we do for our students. Now, amazing thing about this training is that it's beyond the normal tools that you all know. That one that you all know how to make use of. I know how to make use of Excel, the Power BI, and it's beyond that. We help you to ensure that you have a standard CV review. Right now, when you're applying for jobs, now let me tell you something. The one thing is that, okay, people have seen it. Oh, you know how to, you have these tools and all that, right? The question is, you have that CV, you have that standard CV that will get you that job. So we help you to do one-on-one CV review section, and then LinkedIn optimization. Very, very important. If you're a data analyst, you are planning to transition into tech of any kind, you need to have a good CV, a good LinkedIn optimization, a good LinkedIn handle, right? Where you tell people that this is who I am and this is what I do. And that's the amazing thing that we do for our students. We help them to optimize their LinkedIn. You know, for you to get job, for you to convince recruiters that, I'm a data analyst, I can use these tools. First of all, there's some of them, they will ask you for what? Can I see your LinkedIn handle? And of course, if you want to apply for jobs, because LinkedIn is actually another powerful platform where you can reach out to recruiters, and of course recruiters as well can reach out to you, right? So if you know that you want to get jobs, of course you want to be applying for jobs on LinkedIn, you need to have a good LinkedIn. You need to have a good LinkedIn account, right? Optimized, standard. You understand? So when you apply for jobs and people look at it, yes, they know that this person is actually a tech person. You understand? That's actually what we do for our students. It's not that we ask you now to go and meet one person to optimize your LinkedIn. No, we do it for you. And then another thing again is what? Upwork optimization. Now I'm going to be showing you guys something very soon. Upwork optimization section. Now, I don't know how many of you that know Upwork or know how to use or used Upwork before. You can attest to me that Upwork is actually a big platform, right? It's an freelancers platform where tech people like you and I, right? We actually apply for jobs and get, of course, you don't want to go to any office. You want to be doing freelancing jobs. You want to get contract jobs, do it, get paid, and move to another one. Upwork is actually what for you. And let me tell you something, you can stay on another Upwork platform for years without getting hired, right? But now, amazing thing that we do is that we help you to optimize your Upwork. Of course, I'm the one in charge of Upwork optimization, and you'll be seeing me that I'll be guiding you through step by step on what you need to do now and how to get job. Now, let me tell you something. One of the best thing that any edtech company can do for you is that after teaching you this technical skill, they should teach you how you can monetize that skills. So you need to know how you can monetize your skills. It's beyond you learning all these things. It's beyond you going on, teach me Excel, teach me Power BI. No, that's what the general thing that you can actually learn. But another thing again is that you need a mentorship. You need somebody that will guide you through. You need somebody that will hold their hands that, okay, you learn these tools. Now, the next step is, how do I monetize the skills? What are the platforms? How do I apply for jobs? Right? This is actually what we do here at Sound Analytics. We help our students to ensure that they get these jobs, okay? Show them the platform, which I will be showing you guys very soon now. Show them the platforms that they can apply for jobs, of course. And another thing again is that someone will be asking, after this training, am I going to get certificates? Yes, you're going to get the global recognized certificate, right? So there's going to be certificate at the end of the program, and of course recommendation later. Now, if you apply for jobs, you understand, and those jobs, just like this student, one of our students that applied for jobs that I said that he had interview today, right? So he used analytics as his work experience, because some of all these companies out there, they'll be asking you, I don't know how many years experience do you have, or have you worked somewhere before? Have you worked, they want to see that you've worked, you've used these tools, right? So what we do is that after our training, you've done our program very well. You did everything that you're expected to do, especially your project, your custom project, right? And you apply for jobs. And they ask for a recommendation. You will use armed analytics as your work experience, both on your CV and on your LinkedIn, that you've worked with armed analytics. And guess what? When they reached out to us, we are going to provide reference letter for them. You understand? So these are amazing thing, and that will our students get hands on. Now, before we proceed, I want to show you something now. So sorry about that. I'm going to show you something about the areas, the benefits of you becoming a certified data analyst, right? Because a lot of people will be like, okay, I've heard you. Where can I work as a data analyst, right? I don't have any background. Just see what you heard from my colleague. He studied a pharmacist, right? He's a pharmacist, and then he's working. He's working as a data analyst. It doesn't need, you don't need to become a computer scientist before you can venture into tech, right? And then asking if there are opportunities, right? If there are opportunities in tech, if there are opportunities in data science, data analytics, people are asking that question. I don't know if there's opportunity there. I don't want to do something that at the end of everything, I'll start looking for a job up and down, like what I did years ago. No, let me show you some things now. Some opportunities in tech. So let's do something now. Okay. So for those of us that are in UK, we always use Indeed to search for job. So let's see. Okay, so this is actually our website. Go to Indeed. So let's search for the opportunities for data analysts, right? So find a job. So let's do this together. So here, I think I need to sign. So let's see if we are going to get some. Okay, top senior analyst, that's job. Okay, so these are some jobs. Well, this is actually, let's look at. Okay, these are the pictures. Okay, let me use okay, it's still loading. It's still loading. So let's use yeah, indeed, we have total. So let's see.
Oh, you use Glassdoor.
Okay, what do you call it, sir?
Glassdoor.
Okay, Glassdoor. Amazing.
Glassdoor, yeah.
Okay, so we have this now. We have this actually I'm using total jobs, right? Now, let me tell you something, right? Some people will be like, okay, because I study data analytics, right? I will always be looking for jobs that are data analyst job. And the answer is what? No. Do you know that as a data analyst, just like my colleague, right? He is actually working as a health analyst, right? You can work as a health analyst. You can work as a product analyst. You can work as a logistic analyst. You can work a lot of opportunities that are there for you to work as a data analyst. Just for you to know, there are a lot of opportunities in this field, right? So this actually, I'm using tutorial jobs. So this is asking for AWS data analyst. So let's look at it together. So this one too. Now let's look for the amount. Now this job now is the location is London, for those of us that are in UK. So the length is actually a contract job. The length is 6 months. Now let's look at the amount, the salary. Okay, I've seen it here. Okay, this is up to 400 pounds per annum. Now, let me tell you something. There's a lot of them that you see, it will be contract jobs. A lot of them will be full-time job. A lot of them will be just hybrid, and that's the amazing thing about being a data analyst, right? You are flexible. You can say to do 2 to 3 jobs. Like personally, I do two jobs, right? I teach and I work for another company as well, right? So this amazing thing that you need to have, have access to, not just be doing one job or doing that your particular care job for how many years you've been working doing that particular job, right? So you can see online data analysts, a lot of them out there, check out them, and the amount these guys are willing to pay out. Look at this one now, 55,000 pounds per annum, right? 55,000 pounds, and this is what data analyst job. Let's look at it together. Let's look at it together. Okay, so this Southwest London. Okay, it's actually a permanent job, and it was posted 4 days ago. Imagine that you are searching for a job opportunity and you see this, right? Now the question is, will you apply for it? The answer is no, you will not apply for it because you don't know how to make what. Use all these tools. Look at what they are asking for. Proficiency in Microsoft Excel. And these are what we are teaching you. We're going to teach you this from beginning to the very advanced level. Right. So this is actually a lot of them out there, right? That you can, hold your hands and then learn. Now, another thing again I want to show you guys, right? For those that will be like, okay, I've seen, I've heard you, right? So, but then I don't know if I miss class, if I miss any class, will I be able to, get hold of this? Someone asked a question a few minutes ago, if we are going to get a record. Now, all our programs are what? Recorded. All our programs are recorded, right? So let's look for the program that's I don't know when I joined the company. Okay, so let's look at this together. So you can see their custom projects. So let's go down and see us. So let's just open here. This was posted February 24. Let's see if the videos are still there. So you have lifetime access to all these things, okay? All right, of course, I'm the one in charge of the Excel. I take Excel classes. So you can see the videos are still there. So you have lifetime access to all the videos, to everything here, right? So when you register for the program, it's not that after this program, you tell you that, oh, the videos are not accessible again. No, but those that have been there for past 6 years, let me say, for past, let me say 1 year ago, you can still have lifetime access to those videos, right? All the materials, they are what? Lifetime access. So if you miss any of the classics, you're going to get the recording, right? So now I would like to, proceed to back to my slide, okay? And now the direction of the classes, I've mentioned it, right? And the days of the program, that's actually very, very important. What are the days of the program? Now, the days of the programs are Saturdays and Sundays like this. Saturdays and Sundays, right? Now, Saturday is 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Nigerian time, right? 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, if you're working, of course, or probably you want to do something, you can just wake up every morning. Saturdays, do everything that you need to do. You know that 5 p.m. you're starting your program. Next Sundays, go to your church service, come back, relax, take out time to rest, and then you start your program by 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Nigerian time, right? And then of Thursdays is when you meet with our founder, who will be guiding you through, who will be holding your hands on what you need to do, how to probably apply for jobs, how to get things done, how to try the 4 months program. Probably if there's something like any assignment project, that's actually when you'll be meeting with our founder, helping you, guide you through, hold your hands on how to excel in this program or how to excel in transition. Now, let me tell you an amazing thing about transition. It can be overwhelming. It can be disheartening. If you don't have someone that will hold your hands, someone that will encourage you. At a point, you feel like, I want to give up. But then giving up is not the best option, right? That's just it. So another thing again I want to look at is what the amount of the program. Now, the program fee is very, very cheap. I will tell you for free. Yeah, for those of us that you are in the Western world, you know how much you pay for this program. Trust me, you know how much you pay for this program. So the program fee is what? How much? 200,000 naira if you're paying in naira. Right now, if you're paying in dollar, it's $200. If you're paying in dollar, it's $200. And this is the amount here for the whole 4 months. For the whole 4 months. you will be staying with Amdo Analytics. You're going to pay 200,000 there. And now let me tell you something about Amdo Analytics, right? It's beyond the money that you're paying now. We are not so much like that money-minded set of people, right? We are that kind of people that we want to get value for your money. You paid for something, we want you to get value for it, right? We ask of you, we ask you questions. Are you learning? Are you understanding? Is there something? Do you need assistance? Are you getting it? Even during the days of the week, we are always available. Our facilitators are always available to help you hold your hands and ensure that what you everybody on the same page, right? So this money, for those of us that are outside Nigeria, we understand that this is what little talking to compare with the value you're going to get here. Now, and let me tell you amazing thing. It's good that you invest in yourself, right? It's good, like 100% good. That's the investment you can do for yourself. I want to, to become, if you look at the what I showed you guys, if you look at the amount of money you get paid as a data analyst, and you look at the amount you want to pay to learn the program for 4 months, you see that it works. In fact, it's go beyond that, right? So that's the amount you'll be paying. I don't know. I think we have some of our students that are on this call that would like to speak to us before we take our questions, right? Hi, Peter, are you there? If you're speaking, I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm still here. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon, Peter.
Yeah, sorry. The journey into data knowledge, my own was that like a journey I never thought it was possible. Like she mentioned, it's not giving up. It's not it at all. Because we had a business we lost a few years back, and going back to that business is not what we wanted to do. So yeah, I stumbled on Victor's video. Victor Okudri is a content creator on YouTube. So while I was discussing with some other persons on enrolling for data analytics class, somebody from Victor recommended that on his YouTube that we can actually try Amdo. So I had a discussion with another company in Lagos, but by the time I had a discussion, through WhatsApp chat when I linked them up. So I had a better interactions with somebody from Amdo Analytics, so I had to enroll with them. Throughout my work, I had to use Excel. But Excel, like, I don't know what the level of experiences everybody has, with it. Where you think your Excel knowledge or proficiency is, that's when that person's own begins. So in the last weeks I've been with them, I've learned a lot of techniques with Excel. Because the one we call, I know I have Excel knowledge, whatever, is just nothing. And their class, you're going to do Saturday, Sunday, 3 hours. Then they also go an extra mile to give you 1 hour towards the end of the week, just to recap what was learned in the last week. I checked. Everybody is tagging along the way it ought to be, and raise questions and things are treated so that you don't have backlog the new class over the weekend. So if you ask me, I'll see the comment Amdo experience to every other persons. Being analytics, like he mentioned, it's not just data analytics, because you have businesses, they want people to analyze their data. That's why you have the business analyst that comes in or whatever. If you don't have the data analysis knowledge, you cannot go analyze any business for anybody. Any part of business, whether heads, airline, construction, they all need analysts to analyze their business, how they are doing, and make focus for them. That's my experience with them. Thank you.
All right,
Hello.
thank you very much, Peters. Thank you very much, Peters. Okay, so guys, I don't know where Peters is. Peters, where are you joining us? Is it Nigeria or UK?
No, let's leave that for another because I'm everywhere. I stayed some periods in Nigeria, then out of Nigeria, North America,
All right,
and I
that's
come back.
great. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So, guys, you've actually heard from Peter. Peter, according to him, he said that he saw armed analytics on YouTube, and then he make inquiries. According to him, he said that there's one company in Lagos, Nigeria, that probably he make inquiries. I don't know. He made inquiries from then, and later he decided to, enroll for our data analytics program here at Armed Analytics, and you can hear his experience. He has been using Excel, and then trust me, if you have been using Excel for years, then we hand to you, right? You know that you don't know how to use Excel. I'm being very honest with you, right? So now the programs, just like I said, the programs are 2 days, Saturdays and Sundays. And then aside from Saturdays and Sundays, you are going to meet with us every 1 hour, 30 minutes, right? 1 hour, 30 minutes every week. That simply means you are meeting with Armed Analytics 3 times in a week. So the training is just actually 3 times in a week, right? Where we help you, we hold your hands, we show you all that you need to do to become a certified data analyst. Now, let me tell you about this program, right? The next program, the next call will be starting on 11th of May, 2024. 11th of May, 2024. And now, this program you are seeing here, first payment is what? Is 250,000 naira. But there is actually a discount for those that stay to the end of this program, right? There is actually a discount, right? And that's what 50%, 50,000 naira discount, 50,000 naira discount. Now, if you have stayed to this moment and you want to enroll or you want to enjoy this 50,000 naira discount from 250 to 200,000 naira from now till the end of May, end of this April, right? So the opportunity is what is still open for everybody till 5th of May. Till 5th of May. When we move to 6th of May, we're going to pay 250,000. 250. So from now till 5th of May, if you want to enroll, you can still pay 200,000 naira. And of course, there is actually what instrumental payment. Okay? You can actually pay 100,000 naira your first payment and then balance 100,000 naira 5 weeks into your program. Right? So your first payment can still come in as 100,000 naira and then balance your 100,000 naira 5 weeks into your program. Right? So if you have any question or you are not understanding or there's something that you feel like you want to ask to make sure if this program is for you, I want you to, of course, I would like to take your questions now. You don't understand? You feel like this program is for you, but the money is too much? No, I don't want to believe that. Right? Because I know somebody reached out to me, was it this morning, and the person said, trying to say something. I showed the person something, and she could not reply again. Right? So, anyways, that's just it. So the program is actually 200,000 naira if you're making your payments now. So I want to encourage you. People have started making payments, but since 2 days now, started receiving payments for the program that we starting on the 11th of May, 2024. 11th of May, 2024. Our discount is still open from now till 5th of May. So from now till 5th of May, from 6th of May, we are going to be collecting 250,000. Even if you pay 100,000 in first payment, by the time you balance 150,000. All right. So, but now if you make your payments now, you can still enroll. You can still be part of this people that will enjoy this discount. Right. So, if you have any question, you want to know more, there's something that is not that you want to ask, please ask your question, guys. So let's take questions now. We don't mind. Let's take questions. Hello. You have any question? You want to ask questions? All right. So yeah, go ahead there. Aderonke. Let's take your question.
Okay.
Please go
So
ahead.
thank you. You know, I actually asked a question before now when the person said you will take it from there. I've not gotten response to that. But there was a place where it showed another dashboard. I think it's signed up to, maybe you have a premium account, I don't know. I saw one dashboard they're on that dashboard. I don't know how to navigate that. I just want to clarify with that. Then secondly, with this offer you are giving, if one is not able to pay the whole money, can one pay, I don't know, like part payment, like instrumental, is it possible? That's second. Then the third question is, after the program, what is the probability of you getting maybe an hands-on experience, probably maybe an internship or a real job? Do you also put that in the
All right.
offer? Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Let me take your question. For one, you asked how did he signed up to Power BI section. I don't know, something like that. Okay. So just like he said,
Yes,
right, these are
yes.
the
I
things.
actually saw two dashboard.
Yeah, these are the things we'll be showing you, right? It's possible for you to sign up. Probably you have two accounts. You can do that, right? So these are the things we'll be showing you when you register with Lambda Analytics, right? So now, concerning the program, if you paid attention, you heard when I said that there's going to be part payment. If you are paying now, you can still pay 100,000 naira and then balance 100,000. 2 weeks, 5 weeks into your program. That's a month after. A month after, you can still balance your second payment, right? So the first payment can still come in as 100,000 naira, and then the second payment is 5 weeks into your program. You can balance your payments. Okay, so your another question you asked if let me see if I can still remember what you said. Yes, that question.
I mean, an hands-on experience, the job. Let me just say job. Some people start with internship, some start with a real job. What are you providing for us?
Now, what we provide is hands-on projects experience, okay? So that simply means that our program, just like I said before, from the beginning of our program to the end of our program, they are what project-based. Now, after the program, there's what we call post-training support. Now, post-training support is actually where we help our students. We don't provide jobs, right? I have to be honest, right? Even if when you meet other of my colleagues, they will explain to you as well, we don't provide job. What we help you, we show you what you need to do to get a job, right? So of course, just like I said, that somebody applied for a job and he got interview invitation. What we do is that we ensure that, okay, we guide you, we prepare you for that interview, right? So we help you with interview preparations, and then ensure you're going to get the recording as well. Yes, just like if you pay attention, I showed something. There's what we call Google Classroom. Okay, that's where we post our materials and recordings. So even if you have stayed 5 years into this program, you still have lifetime access to the materials. Okay, lifetime access to the materials. You understand? So just like what I was saying before about the jobs, we don't provide jobs, right? But we help you, we show you what you need to do. Just like we're trying to tell you that you need to optimize your LinkedIn, right? Now, let me tell you something about virtual training, about training entirely. It's a two-way something. Now, what do I mean by it's a two-way something? We're going to do our own, right? And you are going to do your own. Now, if we ask you to showcase your project that you are doing out there, let's probably if you want to be applying for jobs using LinkedIn, let recruiters know that this is who I am, this is what I do. Then you have to do it. It's a two-way something. If we are giving you all the projects and you are packing it on your desktop, you are not showcasing it. There's no way people will help you. We know that, oh, you are doing this. And now, another thing that we do for our students is that what we call portfolio. That's an amazing thing about our program, right? Portfolio, we help you to build portfolio. Now, from the beginning of the program to the end of the program, you're going to build at least 10 good standard portfolio projects, right? You're going to have at least 10 standard portfolio projects. And that's what we are looking at. When I apply for jobs, now they will ask you, what is your portfolio? What have you done? Nobody will ask you, what is your certificates? I don't know. But they will ask you, what have you done? Right? That's why we said, add Lambda Analytics as your work experience. Showcase those things. Just copy your portfolio link, share with them. They will see a lot of projects you've done from the beginning of the program to the end of the program. If I'm a recruiter and I'm reaching out to you and you're sharing a portfolio link that contains over 10 projects, do you think I will not hire you? Why not? I will hire you. right? So that's just it. You have to put in your best, and we have to put in our best, right? So that's one thing about our program. We are not going to provide you with any job, but we show you what you need to do. Just like we're showing you that, okay, you need to apply for jobs. If you sit down, trust me, job will not come, but you need to, push it. Start applying for jobs. And one thing we tell our students, right? Don't apply for just one job in a day and just go and relax and say that I've applied for one job now for today. You apply as many as possible. Apply as many as possible. And of course, at the end of everything, when you get a job, you won't even remember that there was a time you were hurting for a job. But that just will take you from the beginning of this, let me say max 6 months. Max 6 months, you are going to, get that desired job, right? So before we call it today, of course, we are still taking questions and answer. We have one of our students who is on this call and would like to share his experience. I would like you guys to listen to Bola. Bola, are you there?
Hi, Chi. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, guys.
Yeah, my name is Bolaji Absalam. I actually reside in Manchester, United Kingdom. I heard about the analytics from Instagram. My wife sent me a link because I've actually been wanting to actually do a course on data analytics for a while. So they had a free masterclass like this. So I was like, it's definitely free. Let me just come and check it out and see how good or bad it can be. It was on a Saturday like this too. So yeah, and I was actually impressed with the way the class went. But at that point in time, I had like 3 other analysis program that I was considering. But then I actually texted Chi and she was able to convince me that, okay, well, that I'm actually going to get my money worth. Truthfully, yes, I believe that, but also not to the end. I paid 100K first out of the money to actually see, okay, if I will get that work. And yes, I've actually been a month now into the Excel training, and I can tell you, I use Excel at work, but what I've actually learned in the past 1 week, past 1 month, has been very beneficial to me to work, and I actually know a lot more about Excel. She will actually start from the fundamental to the advanced. Like I used to hear VBA before I actually know it now. And she actually has a way she breaks things down comprehensively. Personally, this is advertisement, yes. Yes, but I'll actually tell you the truth. You'll get your money worth if you actually enroll for this. And since the exact class has been like this, I actually have hope and believe that the Power BI and SQL training will also be as good as the Excel I've actually done too.
Are you true?
Yes, if anyone has any question, well, we can ask.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Bola. Thank you for taking our time to do this, right? So guys, Bola is joining us from UK. And just like he said, he saw the advert on Instagram. No, his wife saw the advert on our Instagram page and then shared with him. So when you see these things, right, and you're on a WhatsApp group, share with your friends. If you're not buying the program, another person might be willing to buy the program. So share the program, right? Share with your friends, share with your colleagues, and tell them about the analytics, tell them about this particular program, and they would like to, probably they are willing to, learn, and they can actually venture into this. If you have any question you want to ask Bola, tell us truth, tell us about your program, tell us your experience. How did you manage to become this? Share your program, your experience, your questions with Bola. All right, so guys, if there is no question for Bola, thank you, Bola, for taking our time to do this. Okay, so just like somebody, I don't know if you are here and you have any question for me, you would like to share the question, please ask your question so that we can call it a day. So guys, ask your questions. So you'll be getting the recording very soon. that will take us like before the end of the day, you get the recording, right? So, and of course, remember to practice as well. Share with your friends. Share it on your LinkedIn. Tell people that you've started your data analytics journey. Just a day masterclass, you've learned how to use Power BI. Right? So we'll share the data set with you guys. I'll get the data set and we'll find a way to share that with you guys. Right?
Hello?
Are you on the WhatsApp group? Are you on our WhatsApp group? What's that name?
Aderonke. Yeah.
Aderonke, are you on our WhatsApp group?
Said no.
No. Okay. I don't know how you joined the program, but everybody that on our WhatsApp group, we are going to get the video. So how do you get the record? How do you get the link? How do you get the link, the meeting link? Please, can you unmute and speak so that I can know how to get the recording link across to you?
Okay, I just got it from a friend. I don't know, maybe she's in the UK, probably, I don't know. She was just telling me about the program to join. I'm not on the WhatsApp, but this is the first time here.
Okay, there's no issues. However, she got the video. Let me say the link. She's still going to get the WhatsApp the video, the recorded link for you. Okay. So, but I will encourage you to join the WhatsApp, because actually that's where you have access to everything. Both the materials, everything. We're going to share that there. Right, thanks for joining us, guys. So let's say cheers. If you don't have any questions, guys, just like I said, the program will be starting on 11th of May. The program will be starting on 11th of May. Start making your payments now. You understand? Don't wait. Say, next time. Before you know it, please, I have a question. Yeah, go ahead, Kazim.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Sorry, how is work? And thanks for your program. Are you getting me? So already I'm a data scientist, a coach, so I work for VFD Tech. So, but although when I got your program, so I just wish to join at least to still get more knowledge on at least what data analysis is. But can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello? Yeah, during the Power BI presentation, you understand? So there is something that we call date dimension. Are you getting me? There's something called date dimension because sometimes some people, they will want you to get them for different dates, for maybe, especially if you want to filter for starting and ending date for a particular data. So those dates dimension now, this particular person that shows us the Power BI something, it didn't show us how we can get ourselves a date dimension. And if you don't get the dimension, sometimes the date that you have for that particular data, it may not be able to filter for what you really want. So I want him to show us date dimension if possible. Then secondly, he was telling us that the same thing that you can fix on Power BI, you can still fix it on Excel. So is it because I've been working for a couple of times, I've used Excel very well, all this Power Query and so many things on Excel for data analysis. Then I've used Power BI very well. Now, can he just tell me things that are similar for visualization on Excel and Power BI? So those are my two questions.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Sorry, finally, you know, on Power BI now, if you have to get your data, if you have to export data, now, you know, if you have to export data in Power BI, you can export maybe a data from a particular table, which are maybe Excel, or even from the web, or access or from a particular ADB. Then apart from that, you can export, which is advanced exportation, that you export a particular query from SQL. Can you
Hello,
do
sir.
that
Hello,
as
sir.
well
Can you
for
hear me?
me?
Can you hear me, sir?
I can. Yes.
Yeah, this is 4 o'clock and the program is ending 4 o'clock. Okay, so I've gotten your question. What happened? I didn't show you how to create the time intelligence table, the dimension of it, right? And that's what we teach. And if you pay attention to when he was teaching, he said that this and beyond are what you'll be learning when you register with Amda Analytics, right? So it's not everything that will come here. I'll start showing you how many hours are we going to do that, right? And it's not everything that you're going to learn in 5 months or 4 months will be teaching you in just 2 hours. It's not possible, right? So just like he said, it's something that you are going to take step by step before you get to that level, right? So it's step by step program. So it's not something that you learn in 5 months or learn in 4 months, you get it within a day, right? So this and beyond are what you'll be teaching you when you register for AMDA Analytics program, right? Thanks for question. Thanks for your question. All right, guys, cheers. Cheers. Bye, everyone. So want to see you
Bye.
guys in the class. Want to see you guys. Want to see you, please. Register for AMDA Analytics. Register for our program. Bye.
Bye.